Okay, I'm going to try to help you build an electromagnet, one that's small and very powerful. I've seen this done elsewhere, but I didn't like the information. It didn't seem like it gave me enough information. I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. It doesn't take much. The tools you see in front of me would be nice. They're not necessary, but they'd be nice. This right here is just a little AC adapter. AC-DC type adapter. This is an AC. I'm not sure the details. Oops, got it upside down. You can't read it real clear. This camera won't focus that well, but it's I'll just tell you it's 120 volt input, 60 hertz, 25 watt output, 12 volt DC, 1000 milliamps. That's what it says. Anyway. You get you two of these, similar. These big ones have nice size transformers in them. That's really not huge, but you get this transformer out of them. The transformer looks about like this. I've already battered this one, so if you happen to notice the bottom where I've really ripped it apart. Anyway, I'm just showing you what it would look like from normal angle. It has two things of wire. They're not touching. This wire over here does not touch this wire over here. That's something I wish somebody had told me. I didn't know. But one of the wires is really fine and small. Actually, it's this one up here. It's a real fine wire. Using it may or may not help. It hasn't helped much with the other one that I made, so I took it off. The bottom one is a thicker wire. You can see the two little prongs sticking out right there. One over here, one over here. That's all you need to hook a positive and negative current up to, and it will do fine. You don't have to unroll this. Somebody said, oh, just unroll them, take all the wire off, and then re-roll it, so many times. You don't need to do that. Leave the wire on. I'm leaving on this one. I'm going to leave the wire on both. I'm not taking it off of the small or the thick. I'm just leaving it on. But you need to bust this transformer up as far as the plates. Get these plates off, which you have two types of plates. You got these little E plates. One goes this way, one goes this way, back and forth, all the way down the entire thing. It'll do that. I don't know if you can see the division line on this because I sanded it, but anyway. Yeah, I can't really see it that well. Anyway, you kind of see the dividing line there. You got an E going this way and then an E going the other way. They just feed into each other and create like a little block. You want to turn all the E's around to face one direction. When you're done, I'm going to quickly pull this apart so you can see. As you start beating, using, like for me, when I had this, I just took a little bit of this, like back into something like this, start pouncing on it, and it starts to break this loose because it's almost glued together or something. Once it starts to break loose, these little I's or whatever they call the I bar or whatever, it comes out. You got I's and E's. Well, anyway, let me see if I can get it to come out. I've already loosened earlier, but it's hard to do without my other hand. So beat it a little bit, maybe it'll come out. Oh, there went one. There's one that just came out. Anyway, I'm trying to get those out real fast. And from there, we'll start to pull the E's out. Get all these E's. I did this done most of it, so it wouldn't take as long, but of course, without my other hand available, it really does make it a little challenging. So, we get them out. Now that you got all the E's out this way, you want to turn this thing and run all the E's one direction, which I've pretty much already done that. There might be one or two of them I can squeeze in here real quick. It'll kind of look like that. All your E's are facing the same direction. Somebody hooked, and I don't know what kind of little electrical components are in there, but even though this looks like a really thick copper wire on this end over here, those wires go into the fin. This is that real thin wire belt. Everything in there is really thin copper. I don't know, they got something in there. It probably takes this a higher volt in and reduces it before it goes into this. I'm leaving that right there because I'm actually going to connect this wire around to this wire, and same with this wire. I'm going to run it around to this wire, leaving the bottom exposed, so that way when I hook up my positive and negative, I've got both coils being used, even though I don't know that the fine wire matters much. Since I'm not taking it off, I'm just going to hook it up. Once you get that done, and you can make yourself, you hook them up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hook these up to show you what this little bit does, even though it's probably not going to be that great. Once you solder these wires on, if you solder these to your current going to your other outlet, you'll get another box with a wire like this. Bring your wire down here and touch. I've got 2 wires already hooked up here with clips, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Flip it over to the thicker wire because it works best. Put one on one side, put one on the other if I don't arc them off on each other. Right now I can feel it vibing, so I know it's doing something. Turn it over. If I don't arc them out, here, hold on a second. I'll try to get a screwdriver. It's starting to pick it up. You can hear it vibrating because it's not really hooked up all that great, but it picked up the screwdriver. This is a whole lot stronger than this once it's soldered into place, and your plates are kind of, I run electric tape around mine to kind of secure them so they don't vibrate and keeps everything nice and solid. To give you an example of a finished product, let me show you this real quick. One I put together and taped and put a little button. I put a little button I made that if you push it in and hold it in, it turns on. You let it off, it turns off. Because if you leave these on too long, the copper coils get really hot, and your adapter that's plugged in the wall get hot. I've got one plugged in over here. I'll show you it real quick. Hold on. This is one I made. Kind of a little handle for it and everything. It's got a handle. There's a little button under here that I made to push in on. And there's the bottom of it after I've kind of ground things and filed it down a little bit. This only has 1 copper coil. It's the thicker of the 2, and that's it. Now watch this. First off, I'm going to bring something over here for it. Ugh. There's a little wrench. As you can see, there's nothing. I press the button, picks it right up. I'm moving it up and down, swinging it. It ain't going nowhere. But I let go, it drops. Now, you think that's impressive. I thought, well, let's just see here. I'll pick up the other one even. Pick that block up. Of course, it's only caught by an edge, but it's still pretty good. Now, watch this. I've got a 10-pound plate over here. Okay? Let's see if I can get a good spot on it. Somewhere where it's going to stick. Because this is an odd weight. I have to bring it up over here. Look at that. It's holding a 10-pounder. I'm swinging it up and down, and it's not letting go. But the moment I let this button off, it drops. So there you go. 8 minutes, 1 second. I'm done. But that's how you make an electromagnet. It's really not that bad. You can create your own little switch. But figure that out. And as far as my adapter, here's my adapter. That's running that one. And it's kind of like the other one. I don't remember all the input and output. Input 120 VAC, VAC 60 hertz, 22 watt. Output 12 volt DC, 1 amp. That's all that says. I don't know much about all this kind of stuff, but I know when you do it, it seems to work out really well. So I say give it a try. If you're looking for a little electromagnet, something for fun, something to show the kids, do something with the kids. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of neat. But anyway, I'm going to build another one and hopefully better. And we'll go from there. Good luck.